coffee is ordered. Best thing to do in the morning, do a mobile pickup, mobile order. If you go to the same Starbucks almost every day, do a mobile order. By the time you get there, coffee is ready. Every now and then, especially this Starbucks, the one I go to on Bush and Divisadero, every now and then they mess up my drink, but I gotta tell them, hey, you messed up my drink. And they'll fix it. They do a good job fixing it. Welcome everyone to Eric B's Vlogs. Yesterday's vlog was pretty funny. Just went on a whole rant on Donald Trump and a longer rant on New Edition. But if you grew up a New Edition fan, you'd understand why. We all waited for it, but enough of New Edition. Start of a new day. It's cold. Looks like there's rain in the forecast. It's nothing like nice hot coffee in the morning. It's a good way to get your day started. So the San Francisco 49ers hired John Lynch as their new GM. Is that good for the Niners? Is that bad for the Niners? He's a young GM, played in the NFL, played under Bill Walsh, which is a positive thing. I mean, if he's going to try to bring back the whole old 49er glory and he has some of that Bill Walsh mentality, then that's a good thing, right? John Lynch, still waiting to hear from Shanahan. Can't really make a move or make an offer till after the Super Bowl. So hopefully for Atlanta, they win the Super Bowl. Gives more reason why to hire an offensive coordinator like Shanahan. I just want the old glory days of the 49ers to come back. Even if they make the playoffs and lose in the playoffs, I don't mind. I just don't like the whole 1-2-10, 2-12 record. This is not the Niners I grew up watching. This is not. I mean, my dad always said when he first came to San Francisco that the Niners were like this. They were terrible. They didn't win a game or they only won one game. And here it's coming back full circle on my end. I'm actually seeing them win only 2 games in the season. Is it the coaching? Is it the offense? I don't know. We'll find out. Who's everyone's pick for a Super Bowl? I'm going to stick with the NFC and stick with Atlanta Falcons because those guys never won a Super Bowl. So it'd be good to see them win. Plus, I don't want Tom Brady winning. I'm getting tired of everyone saying, is Tom better than Joe? Tom's better than Joe, just because he's a local guy. I mean, you gotta remember, 2 different eras back in the days when Joe Montana was playing and Tom Brady was playing. Tom Brady idolized Joe Montana growing up. He wore number 16 jersey for Halloween because he wanted to be Joe Montana. Is he better than Joe? Probably not. Is Joe better than Tom? Probably not. They're the same type of quarterback, just 2 different eras. So with Super Bowl coming up on Sunday, so you got the Atlanta Falcons and the New England Patriots. See, the thing that kills me is that Atlanta, people in Georgia, they're humble. If Atlanta wins, they just party. They party like there's no tomorrow. And that's the good thing about Atlanta. That's what I like about just the state of Georgia, period. If New England wins, you got everybody on the East Coast, Boston, all that area who just talks a lot of crap and talks about how they got a number 1 team and they got the best team in the NFL. And come on. If your team does win, they win. Good job. A pat on the back. But don't go around talking crap like they do. I got a lot of friends that I know from Boston, and as soon as any team from Boston, Red Sox, Celtics, any team, that's all they do. They don't know what being humble is about. And I guarantee, I'm pretty sure when Atlanta wins, people from Georgia is just going to be happy. They're going to enjoy. They're going to drink. They're going to party. That's what they're going to do. If New England wins, they're going to burn whatever they can burn, probably a Trump statue, whatever. They're going to do all that while they're celebrating. It's the only bad thing about that part of town in the East Coast. They don't know how to be humble. They don't know how to enjoy life. Just party, enjoy, but don't wreck your city. Don't do that. Can't stand Tom Brady, even though he's a Bay Area guy, but I hate the fact that they're always comparing him to Joe Montana. Is he better than Joe? Is he better than Joe? You know, he is a good quarterback. He's not better than Joe, but he is a good quarterback. And if he didn't have all these things like Deflategate and them reading the plays of the other team, maybe he wouldn't be such a bad person, or you know, they did their whole cheating kind of thing just to get an edge. You know, if he didn't do all that, then maybe he'd be better than Joe. But no one's better than Joe. Like I said, it's a different era. You know, everyone who knew Joe Montana, or who liked and supported Joe Montana back in the Super Bowl days when the Niners were playing, Joe Montana's a different type of player. You know, Tom Brady's a crybaby, and that's what I look at him as. So, you know, I'm going to stay true to the NFC and stick with Atlanta Falcons. They haven't won a Super Bowl ever. They've gotten to the playoffs, never won a Super Bowl. And we're going to have to stick with the NFC and go with the Falcons on this one. Who's your pick? Who are you guys going to pick for the Super Bowl? I'm really just going to watch the commercials and see what the commercials like. Last year's commercials wasn't the best. Kind of boring, if you want to say. We got Lady Gaga doing the halftime show. What is Lady Gaga's real name? What's her deal? Which Lady Gaga are we gonna get? We're gonna get the Lady Gaga that has the costumes and has the weird faces, or are we gonna get the regular Lady Gaga that looks like a real person, an actual lady? Because there was no lady when Lady Gaga first came out. There was a lot of Gaga, but no lady. So we'll see which Lady Gaga shows up for the Super Bowl halftime show. And hopefully this time there's not going to be a nipple slip. Not for Lady Gaga. Sorry. Only real New Edition fans will know about this song right here. If you bought this album, the Any Heartbreak album, this is an extra song that wasn't on any of the cassette tapes. But if you bought the album, the record, the vinyl, this song was on there. Look at the moon and the star behind me. Wow. What is that, the North Star? Is that the North Star right there? That's the moon. What is that? Is that the North Star? I don't know. Alright guys, gonna end the vlog by saying there's always a lot of negative people, but you always gotta remember, be positive, stay strong, and keep moving forward.